Making love to him was like walking blindfolded on the edge of a cliff. Every breath felt like a promise, every touch like a goodbye. He knew I would kill him. I knew he would destroy me. But that night, instead of pulling the trigger, we both chose to lose ourselves in each other's skin. There was a heavy pre-storm silence in the room when he entered. His wet shirt clung to his body like a second skin. With every step he took toward me, the tracks he left on the expensive rug were like evidence of a sin. The electricity between us consumed the oxygen in the room, leaving us desperate for only each other's breath. His eyes, those two deep wells, glowing even in the dark, were there to pull me in. When he reached me, he placed his hand on my waist. His fingertips burned through my silk dress, searing my skin. At that moment, I wanted to forget everything. The lies he whispered to other women, the horrific secrets he hid in the private files on his desk, and the fact that by the end of this night, one of us would stop breathing. As he buried his face in my neck, the woody, masculine scent radiating from his skin clouded my mind. When he lightly pressed his teeth into my flesh, we were dancing on that fine line between pain and pleasure. I ran my fingers through his hair and pulled his head back to look into his eyes. There was no surrender in that gaze, only a wild, untamed desire and the thrill of the dark game that would bring about both our ends. I couldn't stop my fingers from trembling as I unbuttoned his shirt one by one. This wasn't love, this was a war. Every touch was a move, every kiss a siege. When he pushed me towards the bed, the cold sheets hitting my back weren't enough to extinguish the fire within me. He leaned over me, trapping me with his weight. When his lips crashed onto mine, I tasted something metallic, as if we both wanted to tear each other's souls apart. His hands moved over my body like an artist sketching his most intimate masterpiece. He paused at every curve, memorizing every inch of me. Perhaps this was a farewell kiss. As the sweat on my skin mingled with his, that primal attraction burned away the last remnants of my logic. Our moans blended with the thunder crashing outside, turning the dark room into a gallery of sin. At the moment we reached the peak, the world stopped for a second. The concept of time vanished. There were only our pounding hearts and our interlocked fingers. In that moment, while in his arms, I had never felt so alive and never so close to death. While he was still breathless on top of me, my hand reached for that cold steel under the pillow. My fingers brushed against the textured grip of the handle. His eyes were closed, his head rested on my chest. I could feel his heartbeat in the palm of my hand. I could have ended it right then. I could have played the final note of this lustful dance. But I didn't. At least, not that second. I leaned into his ear, touched my lips to his still damp neck, and whispered, "You said you loved me, but you didn't say what that little black key in your wallet opens." I felt his body go, suddenly rigid. The searing heat that had just united us was replaced by a bone-chilling dread. He opened his eyes. The passionate lover from moments ago was gone, replaced by a cornered predator. "What key are you talking about?" he asked. His voice still held that hazy tone from our lovemaking, but there was an unmistakable tremor hidden within. I rose slowly from the bed, draped my silk robe over my bare shoulders. The dying embers of the fireplace painted the room in a dim crimson. I walked to the antique dresser in the corner, opened the drawer, and held up that small, black, ominous piece of metal between my fingers. I found the secret safe, that this key opens last night, my darling," I said, the coldness in my voice strong enough to extinguish the fire in the room. "You know, that safe in the old warehouse by the docks where you stop every day. Do you know what was inside? $1 million life insurance policy taken out in my name. And right next to it, the empty bottle of that sleeping medication I was supposed to drink last night, but happened to spill on the floor." He tried to sit up in bed, but his legs wouldn't carry him, his eyes fixed on the empty glass on the table, the glass I had just given him. "Julian," I said, taking a step toward him, "did you want that money so badly that you'd put me to sleep and erase me from this world with a staged accident? While you were holding me with such passion, were you actually embracing a corpse?" His face turned as white as chalk. His breath grew shallow. His hand went to his throat. I just... He stammered, but the words were now pouring out of his mouth like poison. "Shh. It's not your turn to speak anymore," I whispered, sitting on the edge of the bed. "The mixture in that glass came from that little bottle you prepared for me. You drank the end you designed for yourself. This isn't a murder, sweetheart. It's just a return to sender." As his head fell back onto the pillow for the last time, one final spark in his eyes looked at me. There was no regret there, only a devastating acceptance of seeing that I had defeated him. The sweat on our skin hadn't even dried yet, but his heart was losing its rhythm. As he drew his final breath, I took his hand and squeezed his fingers. I placed that small black key into his palm and folded his fingers over it. "Now," I said, "you can open the doors where you're going with this key." When the police arrived in the morning, they found me on the edge of the balcony in that same silk robe, staring at an empty horizon. That motionless body on the bed was the only memory of the night. I told them nothing. I only smiled, because the most dangerous secrets are kept only in the silence, known by the flesh and death. Do you think true betrayal is breaking someone's trust or planning their death while holding them one last time? Your confessions are next. Stay in the dark.